Welcome to Active Health 360. Your journey to a healthier, happier life starts here. Have you ever noticed your heart beating unusually fast after a stressful day? Maybe your chest feels heavy, your pulse is racing, and it seems as though your heart is working overtime just because of an argument, a looming work deadline, or an unexpected bill that landed in your mailbox. These moments, when your body seems to go on high alert, are far more common than you might think. In the United States, where the pace of life rarely slows and demands seem endless, stress has become a constant companion for millions. According to the American Psychological Association, more than 75% of Americans report experiencing significant stress at least once a month. But here's the alarming truth. Chronic stress isn't just a mood killer, it's a silent threat to your heart's health. Today, we'll dive deep into the connection between stress and heart health, exploring how stress impacts your heart, why long-term stress can double your risk for heart attack and stroke, and, most importantly, what you can do to manage stress while protecting your heart. Stick around until the end, because you'll discover science-backed strategies that are easy to apply at home. These simple changes could make all the difference between a weak, overworked heart and one that beats strong for years to come. While obesity, diabetes, and smoking often dominate conversations about heart disease in the United States, stress is frequently overlooked or dismissed as just mental. Yet, the reality is that stress is just as dangerous, sometimes even more so, than these well-known risks. A 2023 survey found that 27% of Americans said stress had a negative impact on their physical health. That's tens of millions of people quietly carrying extra risks for heart disease, often without realizing it. So, where does all this stress come from? Financial pressure is a major source. Credit card debt, student loans, and medical bills create a constant undercurrent of anxiety. Work stress is another culprit. Long hours, tight deadlines, job insecurity, and fierce competition can leave people feeling drained and overwhelmed. Family and social stress, whether it's childcare challenges, divorce, or complicated relationships, adds yet another layer. Then there's the stress we absorb from the world around us. News about political tension, climate anxiety, and safety concerns can make it difficult to ever truly relax. Harvard Medical School researchers have discovered that people living under chronic high stress have twice the risk of developing heart disease compared to those with lower stress levels. So stress isn't just making you tired, moody, or irritable. It's quietly chipping away at your heart's strength and resilience. When you experience stress, your body activates the fight-or-flight response, a biological mechanism originally designed to help our ancestors survive immediate physical danger. Today, instead of fleeing from wild animals, we're activating this response in boardrooms, living rooms, and traffic jams. The problem is, it's being triggered too often and for too long, and our cardiovascular system is taking a heavy toll. So what's happening inside your body when you're stressed? It starts with a hormone surge. Cortisol and adrenaline flood your bloodstream, making your heart beat faster, raising your blood pressure, and constricting your blood vessels. This is helpful in short bursts, but chronic exposure leads to persistent high blood pressure, which increases the risk of coronary artery disease and heart failure. Stress also triggers low-grade chronic inflammation throughout your body. This damages the walls of your arteries, making them more susceptible to plaque buildup, a key factor in the development of heart disease. Over time, this inflammation can contribute to atherosclerosis, a condition where arteries become hardened and narrowed, restricting blood flow to your heart. But that's not all. Stress often leads people to unhealthy coping behaviors. Reaching for junk food and sugary snacks can cause weight gain and raise cholesterol levels. Some may turn to smoking or alcohol to relax, both of which further harm heart health. Poor sleep is another consequence. Stress makes it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep, which increases the risk of arrhythmia and other heart problems. A large U.S. study revealed that people under heavy stress had a 21% higher chance of experiencing a heart attack within 5 years, compared to those with lower stress levels. That's not a small number. It's a clear, measurable risk that affects millions. To understand the real-life impact of stress on heart health, let's imagine the daily routine of John, a 45-year-old office worker in New York City. John works more than 10 hours a day, constantly racing to meet deadlines and feeling pressure from his boss. At night, he worries about his mortgage debt and rising household expenses. To cope with the stress, John grabs a six-pack of beer and orders pizza almost every evening. Over time, the combination of unhealthy food, lack of physical activity, and poor sleep takes its toll. John gains weight, develops insomnia, and notices his heart pounding whenever stress peaks. One morning, he collapses with severe chest pain and is rushed to the emergency room. The diagnosis? A mild heart attack. Doctors explained that it wasn't just the greasy food that was to blame. It was the chronic stress layered on top of unhealthy habits that pushed his heart past its limit. John's story is far from rare. Across the United States, thousands of hospital visits for heart disease are linked to stress each year. It's proof that stress is not just a mental or emotional burden. It's a physical threat, a real and measurable risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. Interestingly, stress doesn't just affect all Americans the same way. It hits men and women differently. For men, stress typically triggers spikes in blood pressure, increasing their risk of heart attacks. For women, stress more often causes spasms in the coronary arteries, which can lead to heart attacks even in the absence of major blockages. The American Heart Association reports that women in the United States between the ages of 35 and 55 face a higher risk of stress-induced heart problems compared to men of the same age. So, while stress is a universal risk, it attacks differently depending on your gender, making it even more critical for everyone to pay attention and take action. The good news is you can fight back. Stress does not have to rule your life or destroy your heart. Here are practical, research-backed strategies you can start using today. Exercise regularly. Just 30 minutes of brisk walking, cycling, or yoga each day is enough to lower cortisol, improve blood flow, and reduce blood pressure. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to combat stress and protect your heart. Practice relaxation techniques. Mindfulness meditation and guided breathing exercises can calm your nervous system and reduce stress hormones. One simple method is the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 7, and exhaling for 8. Listening to calming music or engaging in sound therapy also helps promote relaxation. Prioritize quality sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, and avoid screens and caffeine before bedtime. Quality sleep helps your body recover from stress and keeps your heart healthy. Eat a heart-healthy diet. Focus on eating more vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and omega-3 fatty acids. Cut down on added sugars, processed foods, alcohol, and fast food. A balanced diet supports heart health and reduces the impact of stress on your body. Stay socially connected. Strong relationships can significantly reduce stress levels. Spending time with friends, joining a community group, or volunteering helps build a support network that buffers against stress. Get regular checkups. Monitor your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar regularly. If stress is causing chest pain or palpitations, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor. Early intervention can prevent bigger problems down the road. Even small steps make a big difference. You don't have to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Pick 1 or 2 strategies and start incorporating them into your routine. Over time, these changes can add up to major improvements in your heart health. Stress may be a fact of modern life in America, but it doesn't have to control you or harm your heart. By learning to manage stress, you're not just protecting your peace of mind, you're adding years of strength, resilience, and vitality to your heart. So, starting today, choose one small change. Take a 15-minute walk, power down your phone before bed, or spend an evening connecting with loved ones instead of worrying about work. Your heart deserves it. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing it with your friends and family. Together, we can spread the message and build a healthier, happier community. Because protecting your heart starts with protecting your peace of mind. Remember, every heartbeat matters. Make yours count by choosing health, connection, and calm. even in the midst of life's challenges. Thanks for watching Active Health 360. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more healthy living tips.